All right. Finally, after all that mess, we are finally on. I'm not sure why, but I had to get John involved. It wasn't picking anything up whatsoever. It was just losing everything. We had no connection, so I apologize about that. We're definitely not going to cut the show short. We're going to do the full show tonight. So if you guys have any questions, I'm going to take a lot of questions. I think tonight's a good topic. Thank you, John, for hanging out there. Both Johns, for kind of giving me a heads up on what's going on there. I'm trying to keep an eye on everything to see what's going on. It has been a journey to get here. We don't know why. It wouldn't pick up anything. It wasn't sending anything to any channel. So it happens sometimes like that, you know. But tonight's going to be a good show. I'm going to take a couple minutes to let people maybe find their way back into the chat. There is a new link to go to. I'm going to take a couple seconds here and post it a couple places. Feel free, if you are tuning into the chat, to give me a shout out and let me know where you are from and all that kind of fun stuff. Like I said, we're going to get started here in just a couple minutes. If you are watching this on demand, we just had a long spell where nothing would connect, and we are connected now. So we're going to kind of do a restart and kind of do things. So kind of hang out with us. Like I said, if you're watching it on demand, please jump ahead about 5 minutes, and we'll get the show started. It's going to be a great topic tonight. I'm very excited about it. Trying to get a few things posted so people can catch it out there online. This stuff goes crazy sometimes, you know. Hold on a second here. Okay, so we are now going everywhere we should be. It's so crazy. There we go. So thank you, John, both Johns, John Young for doing all that. I apologize, I couldn't get that up and running, and John Carley for hanging in there and watching and all that kind of stuff. I don't know who we have watching tonight from where. I can't see, at least as at this point right now. I'm not able to see who's on where, how many different chats and areas we're going to. It's just not showing up the way it should. But we are going to get started here in just a couple seconds. I believe I'm seeing chat from only 2 of 5 whole places. So if you are watching out on Facebook or something like that, please jump over to the YouTube. We just put a new link up. It is, if you just go to Disc Jockey News' YouTube page, it's there. I apologize about that. But we're definitely going to see here. I think John just put the new link in both the chats. It's on my Facebook page if you want to go to that. Check the Disc Jockey News' Facebook page, and you should get the link to go here. And we all should be joined up on Facebook tonight. Not on Facebook, on YouTube tonight. And like I said, it's a really good topic I have tonight. And I'm kind of excited about it. I spent a lot of time on this just because it's something that I research and that I love a lot. The music streaming world out there is just getting so complex right now, and I kind of really broke everything down as far as I could possibly even think to break it, and got you guys all kinds of information on that, on what you would use or what you have options within your music service through streaming through your software. So basically that's what we're doing tonight. And again, I want to double check and make sure everybody's joining in. A few people watching now. Thank you guys for tuning in there. Appreciate all that. Anybody else who's checking out somewhere else. PBJ Lights is in Johnson City, Tennessee. SID is in Motown. Yeah, John's propping in the link there. So awesome. So I'm not going to spend a whole lot more time. Like I said, I'm going to do the full hour. We're going to cover everything. We have questions. So as people come in the chat and they maybe throw questions at me, if you see it in the chat on, again, the YouTube page, just go to youtube.com/Disc Jockey News, and you'll see the new link there. I tried to post it everywhere. I think John posted everywhere. We couldn't get the other one to connect, so we had to make a new one. But if somebody jumps in the chat tonight, please tell them, give me a couple seconds to get to that. But I'm going to cover all kinds of good stuff. I'm going to have questions, and we're going to do some awesome live comparing of multiple DJ programs and multiple streaming services within those multiple DJ programs. So that should be interesting to see how it all goes. So thank you again, everyone, for tuning in. So anyways, this became a little bit of a thing for me to where I thought I was going to be able to do this really quickly and cover the topic pretty easily. but it became the more I dove into it, stuff has changed since the last time I dove into it, and I think I dove into it about 6 months ago, give or take. And that's how fast things change in this business, and they're still going to change. So if you have seen one of my previous videos about music streaming services within DJ programs, this is different information on a lot of different levels. So take a look at that. Again, like I said, stuff changes, so I had to dive into it pretty quick. Now, first thing I want to do is that we're going to talk about this in different areas. So first we're going to talk about music streaming services, which ones are there, what DJ softwares use which services. We're going to talk about the pricing of the services, and then at the end we're going to compare versions of songs from each one, because in my opinion that's the most important thing. What versions of songs can I get? I want to preempt all of that by saying something very simple. I believe a DJ should curate their own library, and all these streaming services are, I would definitely not rely on them as your main thing, but they're a great go-to in a pinch. I always tell people that, you don't have a song, you need it, somebody wants it, or it's going to be a hit. These are kind of things that you grab, stuff like that. I subscribe to 2 of them. We'll be talking about that later, and I use them a lot when I go, oh, gee, I wish I had a short version of this song, or I wish I had a remix version of this song. With these services, I can find them and bring them up instantly, and that's the purpose of them. I always tell people don't rely on the music streaming services, because let's say you get a version or a remix that you have, and you go, oh, but it's on the music streaming service, it's there, I can go to it, and then all of a sudden, whoever made that remix, whoever owns the rights to the song, drops their contract with that streaming service, and then you no longer have access to stream that song because of that. So that's why I say curate your own library and use these as a backup. Okay. With that said, we're going to jump in here and we're going to take a look at some stuff. So right now, these are all of the streaming services you can get. And I'm not talking about DJ streaming services. I'm talking about music streaming services. Because the important thing you have to remember is that there is a big difference between music streaming services and ones that you can use inside a DJ program. And I know some of you out there go, well, I can play anything from my laptop, just press the space bar. I don't need all that. Well, that's not what we're talking about, because music and mixing is about the mixing DJ, and you have to have the ability to mix the song that you're putting in there. So none of this I'm talking about with some of the sites that are on here. I'm not talking about just playing from a site. I'm talking about the ability to play the song through the software. Like I said, there's a big difference between streaming music and DJ streaming music. So these are all the ones out there. You may have heard of many of them. Google Play is one that, like I said, Google Play shutting down, as it says there. It's going to become YouTube Music soon, but that's what that is. Let me get all my things in right here. And these are the music streaming sites that will work inside of some DJ software. That's the thing you have to remember, that these ones all work within some of the software. Like I said, we're going to be talking about a lot of different software and all the different things they work and how they've changed in the past couple of months and how they're going to change. Some of these you might know, some of these you might not know, but we're going to go through them, and I get a chance to compare a lot of them for you guys tonight. So there's a lot of good stuff coming up there. Let me move down my notes here. Keep in mind, one of the things that I want to say is that, people are talking about iTunes. I can't use iTunes in there, but one of the things you can do with that, and I think it's one of the coolest things, is that if you go to this site, I think it's called Sound IAS, I think it's how it's pronounced, I don't know. And they have an option to where you can make playlists on pretty much any music streaming service, including iTunes, Apple Music, sorry. Again, that has changed. And you can transfer lists to other ones. So if you have a music streaming service that does work inside your software, and you have a music playlist on iTunes, on Apple Music or other ones, you can use this software to transfer stuff over. And you can see it does a lot of stuff there. I have personally used this on multiple occasions to move stuff between Spotify and Deezer. And one of the things is that it is free for one plan, but if you pay $3 a month, or plus tax annually, what it does is that it continually updates your stuff. So if you change something on Apple Music and you have it set up to transfer your stuff between Apple Music and Spotify, it will keep that up to date all the time. So you can have multiple ones by paying this service and connect your entire software from your entire playlist from one service, and it can be updated to all the other ones. Yeah, thank you everybody for trying to. It took a lot of people time to find where I was at tonight. I apologize. I see some people in the chat. Thank you guys. I will cover this over. Like I said, I want to get through this quickly because I want to get to the final part where we actually compare the songs. So I think that's the most important. But the thing is, like I said, that you can transfer these, and that's one of the things that I think is really cool about that. What we're going to look into now is we're going to look into the different software, and we're going to see which software. Whoops. My thing's going crazy over here on the other side. There we go. All right, so we're going to look through each software, what services each software uses, and what they kind of have within that. And then we're going to cover the price after that, but we're going to cover a little bit about what they do, in the service. The first one is really complex, and I made a slide on this because it's that complex. I think it's crazy what's going on there, but there's also the fact that there are changes going on there, and that's why this one is a little bit more complex. All right, so if you use the Algorithm DJ program, it depends on what operating system you use it on, device you use it on, all that kind of stuff, and stuff is changing within that. So that's why this first slide is strictly about the Algorithm DJ, is because they're different. So the first thing you want to look at is the fact that Algorithm DJ Pro 2 is a Mac-only program, and it has access to Tidal, Beatport Link, Beat Source Link, SoundCloud Go Plus, and Spotify until July 1st. And then Spotify will no longer be available within the Algorithm DJ world or any DJ software world. So that's why I said about the transferring program before, that if you have stuff maybe in a Spotify playlist and you want to move it to another one, that's how you do it, and that's why I brought that up. So the Algorithm DJ Pro 2 is Mac only, and if you look at the Algorithm DJ, it's iOS only, and it only has access to SoundCloud Go Plus. Algorithm DJ 2 is Android only, and it has access to Spotify until July 1st, and I have not been able to find if they have something else that's coming after July 1st on that one. I'm not sure. I couldn't find anything. Algorithm DJ Pro is Windows only, and it is SoundCloud Go Plus only on that one. And then there is a free version called Algorithm DJ Free, and it does not access any streaming music services whatsoever. So I put that one all on its one slide because it's kind of confusing. A lot of guys do like to use this for different reasons, but they are really kind of advancing a lot that's going on there. I think this is a program that's growing. A lot of people don't give it the props that it has. I think there's a lot to it that people are kind of missing, but go check it out. Like I said, there's a free version that you can check out and different things like that. So next one, we're going to go into the rest of the software because I could fit all the rest on one thing. This one I can only fit on one. So we're going to take a look at all the rest of them here. And I tried to do this all alphabetical. I did not want to preempt things and make them more than, let something stand out above another one. So I tried to do everything alphabetical to the best of my ability. eDJing is a program, and you do have access to Deezer and SoundCloud if you want to. Deezer is, we're going to be going into it later. It's one of the ones that I do use. It is exactly like Spotify, almost identical to everything it does. It actually has 1 million more songs than Spotify, but it has less subscribers. It's out of France, so there's a lot more world music, but yet again, all of everything that you would get on Spotify, all the albums, all the everything, all that stuff is on Deezer. So that's what Deezer is. So eDJing uses Deezer and SoundCloud, and believe it's SoundCloud Go Plus. Don't quote me on that one. Now, the Denon hardware is a whole different thing. So if you're using one of the Denon Prime systems that has Wi-Fi, you can use Tidal, Beatport Link, Beat Source Link, and again, I'm not sure if it's SoundCloud. I'm pretty sure it's SoundCloud Go Plus that you have to get because there's a pricing difference on all that, so please keep that in mind. Dex 3 or PC DJ, whatever you want to call it, because they're both kind of the same thing, uses SoundCloud Go Plus. Okay? Rekordbox has Beatport Link, SoundCloud Go Plus, Beat Source Link, and one of the new things that they added is the ability, and you can call this streaming if you want to. I'm looking for streaming music services, but this is a streaming music ability that the Rekordbox has, is that you can put your songs on Dropbox and you can stream from Dropbox. So that's kind of an interesting thing, that you can have a cloud, a collection of all your songs if you get a big enough Dropbox, and you can use that to stream from if you need to. But right now, Rekordbox is the only one that's doing that, but I believe all the rest are going to come around to some sort of cloud streaming to where you can put your entire library online and access it through that. After that is Serato. It has Tidal and SoundCloud Go Plus. Virtual DJ has the most, and like I said, we're going to be talking about that a little bit tonight. Deezer, SoundCloud Go Plus, Beatport Link, Beat Source Link, iDJ Pro is music, VDJ Pro is video music, and then DigiTracks is for karaoke. It has the ability to do that. WeDJ is another one, that a little soft program out there. It lets you do Beatport Link, SoundCloud Go Plus. And here's the strange thing. Tractor DJ 2 lets you do SoundCloud Go Plus, and Tractor Pro 3 has no streaming ability right now. And that's the weird kind of thing on that one is just kind of that they've not crossed that path yet, and I thought that was kind of interesting. Again, I want to get through this, and then I'll hit some questions here before we do our comparison, because I want you guys to kind of be, in that comparison of the versions of the songs when we get there. So we're going to take a look at now how much they cost and what they offer. And that's one of the things that I think a lot of people have questions about. Like I said, before you look at the list there of what your software can use. So keep that in mind. Take a little note of the ones that your software can use, and we're going to talk a little bit about that. And the first one is Beatport Link. And this one here has 3 different versions. You have the Link, which is kind of more or less holds playlists and stuff like that. And the Link Pro is $19.99 a month, and you can see there that it lets do custom playlists, play full tracks. You have 256 KB, and you can offline 50 tracks for that. So you can not be connected. You can offline 50 tracks, not be connected to the internet, and still access those songs offline. That's what that means. If you can offline tracks, meaning that most of them have a thing built in there that you have to log in online at least once every 30 days to prove that you still have a subscription so that you can keep playing them. So it could go 31 days, and on the 32nd day, if you have not logged on, it'll go, hey, you can't play these until you log on and verify that you're still a subscriber. But you can't access them offline. And the Beatport Link Pro is $29.99 a month, and it allows you to do 100 tracks offline. I think that's kind of important to look at that. Pricing-wise, this is one of the things we're going to look at. There are different prices. You can get free trials. Right now, tonight, the one we're going to be looking at is the $14.99 a month. But as the prices go up on these, like I said, they give you a lot of access, but the prices go up on them for the Beat Source Link, and that's the Beat Source Link and the Beatport Link, and they are 2 different things. So keep that in mind. Beat Source Link and Beatport Link are 2 different things, and we're going to take a look at both of them tonight. And again, they have the same things, that to drop into the $40 a month, you get access to all the songs with 50 offline tracks and 100 offline tracks for the $59.99. Beatport Link tends to be more EDM stuff. Beat Source Link is designed to be more of the top 40, what everybody kind of uses. The fact that this one is the one that everyone is tying into now, I believe that down the road it is going to develop into when I compare them later, I think this one is going to develop into what we want. Right now, I don't think it is what we want. It's something we can use. It's very much something we can use. But when I show you the comparisons of the other ones, you'll see and go, oh, I understand what you're saying by that. But like I said, there's a difference there between the 2, pricing difference, everything. After that, we are looking at Deezer's the next one on there. It's $9.99 a month plus tax, and at least with Virtual, I can't tell you about the other softwares that use Deezer. I know for Virtual, there is 0 offline tracks for Deezer on Virtual DJ. So you have to be connected online to be playing a track, and it does not have to be the whole way through, because you got to understand, when you load a song, as soon as that waveform finishes, you can go offline, and that song is going to play all the way through. So as long as it loads, it plays. But there's no offlining track for that on there. The DigiTracks is one of the ones through Virtual DJ. That's for karaoke. It's $19.99 a month, and you can offline all the songs if you want. I could not find anywhere anybody saying a limit of how many offline songs you could do. So I'm taking that as all of them. The same for the iDJ Pool Music, that's music only. The other one's karaoke. This one's music. I subscribe to this one also. It's $9.99 a month plus tax. It is one of my favorites, and I'll show you later why I think it's one of my favorites, and the fact that it's not other places. SoundCloud Go Plus is $9.99 a month plus tax. Spotify, it's going away, but if you wanted the basic, what they call the premium, the non-free is $9.99 a month plus tax. Spotify is not going away, but it's going off of the algorithm software, so you can't use it there. It's still there. I believe the next one up is Tidal, if I'm correct. Hold on here. Hold on. Yeah, so Tidal is next, and there's some. I brought this up because there are some different things with Tidal that you need to take a look at. They have a premium for $9.99 a month, and that's the one that you can DJ through on Tidal. But they also have other ones that you can pay for and use. They have a hi-fi for $19 if you want the high-res stuff. You can get a family plan that includes 5 members, so that means that instead of paying $9.99 a month and you're the only one that can use it, you can get 5 of them and share them with somebody and split the $14.99 a month you want. $29.99 for the family hi-fi. There is a student premium for $4.99 a month, a student hi-fi for $9.99 a month. And they also have other ones there. If you're a military, there's a military premium for $5.99, military hi-fi $11.99. First responders get an option to get a discount there, $5.99, and for the hi-fi version of that, $11.99. So they're all different ones there that you can do. And then finally, VJ Pro is videos for a video DJ, and it's all stream stuff. It is $49.99 a month plus tax. But again, that is music, and this one also has an unlimited offline ability. Tidal at this time, I forgot to mention about Tidal at this time, they have no offline either. So there's no offline on Tidal. So to drop down through the list real quick there, I think I have one more slide. Beatport Link is in there with 50 or 100, 0, 50 or 100 offline. Beat Source Link is 0, 50 or 100 offline. Deezer is no offline tracks. DigiTracks is unlimited offline. iDJ Pool unlimited offline. SoundCloud plus Go. I can never say that right. I again saw no limit on what they could have offline. It's there. Spotify, nothing. Tidal, no offline, and the VDJ Pro is offline. So one of the things that I want to take a look at, and we're looking at these here again, like I said, Beatport Link is a lot of EDM, but the rest of them you can get pretty much any genre that you want. So the Beatport Link is the only one that's a little different on that. So what I'm going to do tonight is that I want to bring up the programs, and yes, believe it or not, I am going to have Serato running tonight, and you guys get to see Tidal on Serato. But what I want to do is I want to look at a couple tracks here, and I'm going to try to pick some artists. I have just a bunch of artists, and one of the things that when I go to the chat, I want to let you guys drop some songs in the chat, some names of stuff, and we can then go look at what they are. Again, like I said, if you're watching on one of the Facebooks, I'm not able to see everybody. So join us over on youtube.com/discjockey news and catch the chat there. There's all kinds of links to the new thing, and you can be able to drop some stuff in there. Because what I want to do with this tonight is I'm going to show the programs, and we're going to look at a specific song or artist, and then we're going to look at what all they offer. And we're going to look at, this is why I think it's one of the most important things for me on this, is that the versions of the songs, and it's the same way that I look at a lot of the stuff that I do when it comes to DJing and the other music stuff I download. You can offer me an absolutely free music service, but if that music service does not have the versions of songs I want, it's pointless. But I also do want to say that there's one software, I'm not even going to call it DJ software that a lot of DJs use that begins with an M, and I'm not going to say anything more about that. It has 0 streaming ability, and you can't. So you can't stream anything from that one. Steer clear of that one. So I just wanted to say that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look up a couple here. I picked out 3 artists from 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 00s, and 10s. And we're going to look and see kind of what they have per each one there. We're on Virtual DJ first, but like I said, we're going to also be on Serato with Tidal, because Tidal is not one of the ones that Virtual has. Virtual has all the rest of them. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with some older stuff. I am going to put in a couple of older names, and we're going to see what each one of these has and can come up with. So we're going to start with the iDJ Pool. It's at the top. I'm just going top to bottom on that one. And we're going to put in Buddy Holly and see if there's any Buddy Holly songs. So There are some Buddy Holly songs, and there is the Buddy Holly song by Weezer. So that is there. The VDJ Pro, we are going to be able to look at the list as we search. So you'll be able to see the songs, but I can't, when one of the ones in the Content Unlimited, when you're not a subscriber, you can still look and see what they have, but you only get to play 30 seconds of the song. So we're going to look in there and see if they have any Buddy Holly kind of videos in there. So they do have the Weezer ones and one Buddy Holly, Peggy Sue video version. So that's it. The Digitracks karaoke, we'll see if they have that. Like I said, I'm just going to bust through a few of these. They have some karaoke tracks there. Deezer, like I said, this is one of the ones I use because I can grab anything. And you can see there's quite a few Buddy Holly songs in Deezer, and that's what kind of Weezer and Deezer and all that kind of stuff. SoundCloud, this is SoundCloud Go Plus. We do Buddy Holly, and this one takes a little bit of time, and there is no Buddy Holly songs, but songs titled Buddy Holly. So there's no songs by Buddy Holly. Beatport Link Pro. And again, while I'm doing this, throw a couple songs in the chat if you want, and I'll take a look at them. Beatport Link, like I said, that's the one that is a lot of EDM, and this one always takes so much longer to search. And I don't know why. It's not that they have more music there or anything. It's just, for some reason, it just takes forever for this to come in. Like I said, I'm going to grab one or two from each one of them. So there we go. And there's no Buddy Holly stuff, but you can see there's other songs that come up in under Buddy and Holly. So those are there. Beat Source Link is the final one in virtual. And we're letting it do a search there. And again, this one takes a little bit of time. And we have a lot of karaoke tracks there. Again, this is the one that's coming up. And I'll explain to you in a bit why I think that this one can become what we want, but it's not there yet. So as we're searching through here, there's just no actual Buddy Holly stuff, but it's there. So next one we're going to do is we're going to go to Serato and switch to left screen. And we have the title thing highlighted there, and we paste in Buddy Holly and do a search. And as you see, there's quite a few Buddy Holly songs in Tidal. So Tidal has a good bit too, and you can kind of compare what they have there in each one, and you can see that. One of the things, we're going to pick another song. So I'm going to go to chat and see if somebody else has one. Like I said, I have stuff from every one of them there. AC/DC would be a great one to search for. Thank you, PBJ Lights. So we're going to stay in Serato for Tidal. And it may not, there we go. So Tidal does have quite a few AC/DC songs. And again, sometimes it gets down to if the music streaming service has signed a contract with the person who owns the rights to carry that. So we'll go back up to iDJ Pool, and we'll do AC/DC up there. And they have some pretty plain ones, but they're different mixes. So you can see that they have less, but they're mixed versions of it. We'll look at the videos, see if they have any videos. They have some videos, so it's probably going to have the same ones. If you're interested in karaoke, let me go back to the Zoom crop screen. Sorry about that. There are no karaoke songs for that. Deezer's going to have probably the same amount as Tidal, because Deezer has a lot of crap. So there's a lot there. SoundCloud Go is, I'm going to skip that one. We're going to go to we'll do SoundCloud Go, which I don't think it's going to have anything. Oh, it does. So there we go. It actually does have quite a bit. I was surprised by that. So there you go. You can do, I'm going to skip the Beatport because it's EDM, and I doubt there's going to be any AC/DC on there. So we'll do the Beat Source and see what they have on Beat Source. Like I said, this one, I don't know what with their search system, why it takes so long. So they do have some stuff there. So some of these are karaoke, some of these are remakes. I'm not really sure. And again, there's a lot of karaoke in there. So that's also something to think about, that you can get the karaoke tracks through Beat Source, and also one of them is going to be offering video soon. So let's see who else we can find in here. Yeah, country music ain't going to happen. So again, like I said, feel free to throw a couple in there. While you're doing that, I'm going to go back to my list and pull someone out from the 70s. I'm going to pull out Diana Ross and see what kind of Diana Ross we can find. The iDJ Pool, start there. And we have quite a bit of Diana Ross. Like I said, again, the remixes into different things. The video. So there's a few videos you can get. The karaoke. couple karaoke tracks. I do not believe, from what I viewed of the Digitrax karaoke streaming, and I don't know what the regular service is like, but the streaming stuff, they don't have a lot on the list. I've seen the list. You can actually go to the Virtual DJ website and download the list as a printable thing. This is Deezer, how much songs there are on Deezer, SoundCloud Go Plus. And again, a lot of these you can get a 30-day free subscription and check them out. Again, not everything that you want. There's a few there. Some of them are, like I said, you get into the remixes, the beat source link, see what we find there. And we'll definitely hit some new ones too, so that you can see that there's new and old. See, R&B Divas, these are remakes. These are all, anything you see like that is a remix, which a lot of these have, they might be a house remix or something like that, but they're not the original singer. So keep that in mind. And we will go back to Serato. I can find Serato. There's Serato. And we'll do Diana Ross here. And then I will explain the difference of what I do. So Tidal has a lot of Diana Ross, which is awesome. Diana Ross with other people. So they do have quite a bit in there. I really like what they have. And again, each one is those preference. Let me jump back to the chat. All right, Dave Wolf asks a great question there in the chat. He goes, do any of them have intro and outro versions? And this is where I tell you that the differences between them, this is where we're going to get into the differences between them and why I feel that it is important for versions. And this is why, again, everybody knows I'm a big fan of Virtual DJ. The two that I subscribe through Virtual DJ get me everything I want. So I pay $20 a month for them, for the two of them for streaming, but I can get anything I want. And I'll show you what the difference is and why you're going to see that. So I want to pick another artist here. We will do Casey and the Sunshine Band in a moment. Let me put that in the list. But I want to pick something a little bit newer. Let me put that in the list so I don't forget that. Awesome. All right, so we're going to pick something like Mariah Carey. She's a little bit newer. I do want to pick some other ones there, though. So we'll take a look at the iDJ pool. And we'll throw some Mariah Carey in there. And as you see, the iDJ pool gives us songs listed like a DJ would want. You have the single, the instrumental, the extended. And again, for old DJs like me, extended meant that this was like a 7 or 8 minute song. But nowadays, all extended means is that you're looking at the album version or the radio version with an intro and outro. And it does say clean, so that would probably be the radio version intro and outro. And that's one of the things that I like about the iDJ pool is that it gives you clean intro, clean extended, bonus beats, stuff like that. And I always like to do quick mixes, so I can put in there, even if I want to do Mariah Carey, I doubt there's any quick mixes in here. And search, and there's no quick, so we can do short maybe, see if there was a short one in there. And no short. But you can find a lot of times short and quick versions of those, and we'll take a look at another one here in a minute and show you that. But there's a lot, but this lets you see it like a DJ would be interested in seeing. Explicits, remixes, etc., stuff like that. We get down to the VJ Pro, and you're going to see the same sort of thing listed, give or take, about the same. Cleans, intros, that's the video version, like I said, because they both mark the songs what they are. We're going to skip the karaoke. We're going to do Deezer now. And as you see, there's a lot of Mariah Carey songs, but nothing's marked as a remix, nothing's marked as an intro, and more importantly, nothing is marked as clean or dirty. And that's where I think one of the big defining factors is that I like the iDJ pool one because it shows me what I have, but a lot of times I just need the song. And if the other one doesn't have it, this is going to have it. So one of these type services will have it. So this would be compared to like the Tidal that may not be marked perfectly, but it would at least have the song, and you might get a chance to play that. The SoundCloud, I doubt we're going to have any Mariah Carey there. Oh, so there is some there. And again, not marked as, see, this one here is a remix that somebody did and it's sped up. So there's all kinds of stuff like that on the SoundCloud Go Plus stuff, because that's a lot of people will throw their own kind of remixes on there, and that's a little bit more of the Wild West when it comes to that. I'll see if there is a Mariah Carey in the Beatport link, because there might be a EDM dance house whatever version of that in there. We'll see if any Mariah Carey comes up there. Like I said, it takes a long time for that to come up. We'll see that, and it's coming any day now. Bueller. I used to work with a lady to be able to quote that whole thing out there, the whole Bueller conversation. And this really takes, there we go. So we have some Mariah Carey, Layback Luke's radio. Again, Layback Luke, that would be an EDM version, 126 BPM on some of these. So that's what you would get through the Beatport link, a lot of those types of songs. Beat Source link. Use the search bar. I did use the search bar, loser. Come on. Now it's searching. There we go. And we'll see what Beat Source link. So it has a lot there in the Beat Source link. And again, this is where I'm telling you that this one is coming down. It's getting better to where you're getting versions in there. Radio edit, album version. You're still not going to get 100% of the clean versus dirty. It's marked clean versus dirty. You're not going to get as much as the quick mix versus regular mix, stuff like that. But like I said, they're going to get there. It's still in beta form. Keep that in mind. If you go to the website, if you saw it there when it's still in beta form. This markings that you see here have come a long way in the past 3 months. And I mean a long way, because those were not there before at all. The years were also missing on a lot of them. That's now starting to get there with the Beat Source link. So we're going to go back to here, and we're going to check out title and see what they have in title for Mariah Carey. And again, they're going to have a lot. And I think she was one of the original artists that signed, if I'm not correct, with them. But again, you're not getting a lot of other stuff than album version, explicit, different things like that. You're not going to get a lot of crazy stuff in there. You'll get a fruit marked, but some of these you might not know if they are clean or dirty versions, which I don't know how many, if she has many dirty versions. But that's kind of the difference. And I want to take a look now. I'm going to do one more artist, then we'll go back to the chat on this. We're going to do Kanye West. Pop him in there, and I want to show you the difference. And again, here's where you will see explicit, remix, explicit. There's no clean versions, and that's one of the things that, like I said, for me, I need to be able to play the clean versions, so I need access to them, and that's why some of the other ones work better for me. Again, this down the road is going to change. You don't see a lot of remixes in here. You don't see a lot of any kind of intros, outros, that sort of thing in there. But you can see that they have stuff. Let's go back to virtual. I want to start at Beat Source link and do the Kanye there, because we're going to go up to the top, and I want to show the fact of the other one. So we get some Kanye in there, some different ones, original mix, but there's a lot there. Album version edited, and I don't know what album version edited means, unless that's their new keyword for clean. Which, again, that I don't know, because a lot of this, because of Beat Source Link's beta, a lot of this has changed since they did the first test a few months ago that I did it on. Beatport link, like I said, I want to go through this on Kanye on all of these, and then I'll go back to the chat, answer some questions, search for some other stuff if you're interested, stuff like that. Again, these take forever and a freaking day to come up on these. I do thank everybody for sticking it out tonight, as we had the issue at the top of the hour where we couldn't get anything, none of the streams to connect, so I appreciate that a lot on there. You guys, I really appreciate that. Because like I said, I thought tonight was a good topic. A lot of people ask me about this stuff. It's something that I use a lot. So like I said, I really do. And like I said, I'll be able to answer questions on that. Again, you're going to get original, etc. stuff like that. Nothing really too far out on the SoundCloud. This is the Wild West, like I said. So you're going to get a lot of stuff in here. Nothing really marked all that much. Deezer, you're going to get everything, but plain versions. Now, again, probably most of these are album versions. And again, there is a difference between an album version and a radio version. Keep that in mind. The radio version is usually a regular, like it's the album version clean, usually. So there's a difference there between album version and radio edit. So keep that in mind. We'll do the Video Pro, see what kind of videos are up there for Kanye. Again, marked in HD quality, stuff like that. Explicit, clean, acapella endings, extended versions, stuff like that. And that's where, like I said, the iDJ pool, where I really like this, because if I need to get in there and get something, it's going to tell me all of these, and there I can get my quick mix. So I can get the clean quick mix in a second, throw it up there. Now, it'll probably load. Keep in mind, when I drag this, you can't see the whole thing. Hold on here. When I drag this up there, it's probably going to load slow because I've got so much running on this internet on this one plug tonight. It's not going to go very fast. But I'm telling you, when I'm out DJing, I because I'm an Xfinity subscriber, I can get onto Xfinity Wi-Fi anywhere in the city. So everywhere I DJ, I let it go online, and I have access to this. And even on the public Xfinity Wi-Fi, it loads is the same speed as you would drag and drop a song up there to load. But we'll see how quick this one loads. Like I said, it's slower because everything's going slow. But if this was a normal night, it's going to load the same speed, at least from the iDJ pool, as a song you would load up there. So I'm dragging and we're dropping. So that's not too bad. We'll go down to the SoundCloud. I'm just going to grab a song from SoundCloud and we'll see about its loading. So we'll drop this up here and see what it does. Not bad. Can't complain about that. We'll do the beat source link and we'll drag one from there and see how quick it loads. Because a while back when they did allow Spotify on the one of the ones, it would only load at 1.5 times speed. So that was kind of one of the weird things. Yep, loads pretty much the same. And we will go over and hit Serato. I'm going to grab one of these and see how fast it loads. And you can see it right down here. So I don't think that's anything to complain about. You know, I don't see the big difference there in that, so that's good. But again, it comes down to, in my opinion, I need a version of the song. So I want something that's going to let me know if it's clean or dirty, short, long, intro, outro, stuff like that. That's why I like the iDJ pool, but the iDJ pool doesn't have everything. Like, I found, like one night I was looking for, what's the one, Men at Work, the 80s band, Land Down Under. And I wanted to find another song on that thing because somebody wanted it. And the iDJ Now didn't have anything but that song. But I went to Deezer, and Deezer had the whole album. So I was able to get all the songs. So again, when I'm out, I have enough songs that gets me through because, like I said, I DJ 3 nights a week. I've been doing this for 32 years now. And so I know what I need. But there, every once in a while, one little thing will throw me off. And between those two, I can always get what I need to play unless someone comes up and asks for something like a SoundCloud, somebody's remix that's on SoundCloud. You know, like if I did a remix and put it on SoundCloud, that stuff you sometimes don't have. It's not easy to find. So that's what that kind of meets into. So let's go back to the chat and see any questions here, and we shall look through some stuff. Yeah, if you could, please click like, share this, all that kind of stuff. Somebody wanted to see the KC and the Sunshine Band. Let me ask a question: which software and which how do you want to compare it? So let me know the software about the KC and the Sunshine Band, software and streaming service, and we'll talk about that. For remixes, which do you like better, iDJ or the Beatport source? For me, I like the iDJ. I'm not saying that the Beatport isn't good, but Beat Source, sorry. But again, I don't get on the Beat Source. Like I said, right now, keep in mind that one is beta, so they're still working on that. You're not getting as many that are marked clean, and that's important for me. It might not mean a thing to you, but for me, I can't go to Beat Source and go, I'm going to play this when it doesn't say anything about clean, dirty, or otherwise. So that it just kind of doesn't work for me. How about title for intros and outros, clean, dirty, in Serato? We'll switch to Serato and switch to the screen and switch to Serato. There we go. And again, you're not going to find a lot of remixes over here. You'll get explicit or clean versions, and that's about it. We'll look at the KC and the Sunshine Band one for you. Well, there's probably not going to be clean because KC and Sunshine Band is clean as far as I know. But this one, again, you're probably only going to find on title, you're probably only going to find album versions. Somebody was telling me the other day about how that they work the explicit versus clean, even on the listening. So if you turn it off, a lot of that stuff just isn't even there. So you have an album that you like from a major artist, and you want the explicit music turned off on some of the services, and they don't even have a clean version that they can play. So if you like an artist and you want to hear the clean versions, their whole album might be out of search for you because of the fact that you have your clean content only clicked over. So like I said, there's not a lot here for that, and that's one there. Kawak Entertainment says nothing for Amazon Unlimited yet. This is my opinion. Like I said, I'm also an Amazon Prime subscriber. There will never be Amazon Music in any DJ software. I just have a feeling about that. They are so in-house when it comes to that. The same way that it's going to be, someone's going to pay a lot of money to get iTunes into a DJ software. There's going to be a lot of money exchanging hands or something like that. And it just, those two that kind of have their own, because the Amazon's in their world of Fire, their Fire tablets and whatnot, you're just not going to see that brand cross over easily. Like iTunes, Apple Music is an Apple brand, and it's not going to cross out of Apple software, Apple apps, without a lot of money being thrown around. In the same way because Amazon is kind of in its own thing, it's going to be the same thing for them too. So feel free to shout out any other stuff. I'm trying to see all the chats and see where the people are watching from tonight. I can't really tell. Like I said, we were off there a little bit there. Let me know if there's anything that you want to see, songs you want me to look up, that sort of thing. See who's all here in the chat. I definitely want to thank everybody for coming and hanging out. Appreciate everything about that. Our moderators, Fly Robin's always in here moderating for us. Like I said, I thought tonight would be kind of interesting because it's something, and I'm trying to encourage you on this to like I said, because many of them have trial periods, because I have trial periods on all of them right now for 30 days. So I've marked on my calendar in about 28 days to cancel my subscription before I get billed. But it's all going to be a part of something you use because, like I said, this next generation is going to lean into this really hard. That's why every single thing, including hardware of Denon, and I guarantee you by the time we hit, if there is a DJ Expo in the fall, I guarantee that there's going to be stuff for the Pioneer gear that is going to be streamed. I mean, you can go through Rekordbox already, but I think there's going to be stuff through the Pioneer gear like the Denon to where you can stream that way too. Somebody asked for an EDM artist. I will look that up and see what we can find here. We'll go over to see what's on. All right, so they do have a little bit. I'm going to sort this by artist so you can see it better. So there is some stuff. Let me zoom in, let you see the screen cropped. So there are some songs on Tidal. Again, Tidal's going to have a lot, but it's not going to have the DJ stuff that the average DJ would look for. Beat Source, we will do the Beat Source. Again, feel free to throw out any questions that you have right now. Like I said, I ran it the full hour, so we still got about 15 minutes, or we'll cut it short. We'll sort by artist here. So there's a few. Nothing much. I doubt there's going to be anything in IDJ Pool because that's not an artist that's ginormous. So there may not be anything. No, there's nothing in the IDJ Pool. Again, because it's not a ginormous. There's two songs. And it's the clean intro and the clean single. And then the other one would be Deezer. This one's probably going to have as much as Tidal had. So again, it all depends on what you want, what you need out of software, different things like that. Like I said, I think it's a part of life, and you've got to get used to it. And if you haven't embraced it already, you need to start because it's going to be coming around quick. And like I said, because of the thing I do with the Xfinity Internet, if you look at that thing, how many places you can get Xfinity Internet? They have a map there that shows you, and you would not believe where you have access to it. Like I said, every single place I DJ, boom, it connects. As soon as I turn a thing on, it connects, and I have access to all of that instantly. If I don't, I can always do a hotspot for my phone, which I've done that before, and I can get that. And you go, oh, but I DJ at these places that don't have that. It's few and far between that you'll go to those places that don't have that more than you would the places that do have that. So also that's why I say, curate your own library of stuff you have because that's more important. But especially for someone who's watching this show, the Music and Mixing Show, we're mixing at clubs and bars and stuff that have Wi-Fi there, and it's open for the public, so you're going to be able to get Wi-Fi pretty much everywhere. And especially with 5G coming, that's going to blow people's minds at how fast the stuff you can do with 5G. But they're also going to be blown away by how much that drains your battery. So keep that in mind. Daywolf says, need to remember to cancel my Spotify Pro subscription. The only reason I had it is for algorithm DJ. Yeah, July 1st is when that ends. I actually dropped mine because I had it, because I prefer, like when it comes to listening, I prefer Spotify over Deezer. For one reason, and you might think this is a little crazy, but it's just me and who I am. I like to look and see what other DJs like. So when I'm searching for a song, I don't go and look for an artist and do an album on any of the streaming services. If I'm listening just for me, not talking about DJing, but just listening, I want to go to a playlist. So I would do a search like down-tempo instrumental house, or early 90s R&B something or other. And I want to see playlists that people have made themselves of songs that they think fit in there. And that's what I enjoy. And I think Spotify has, because they have more subscribers, they have so many more playlists, and I think the playlists are put together, curated by the people who put them, because I have a boatload of playlists on both Deezer and Spotify myself that I've made. And I think there's just a lot more people on Spotify who put together good playlists that you can listen to. And that's why I kind of like Spotify better than the other one. But I also, like I said, once we went into lockdown and I wasn't making any money, I dropped the Spotify and just using Deezer 100%, both online and for self-listening. And also, I have leaned into a lot of YouTube music, because I listen to a lot of like chill out study music. It's marked as study music, or sometimes it's called coding music, and it's like instrumental, and it's like kind of a trip hop kind of feel to it. And I listen to a lot of that, and there's a lot of great 2-hour-long mixes on YouTube that I check out that way. So, any other questions in the chat? We still got a couple minutes. Appreciate that. Trying to see who's there. Yeah, Deezer, Lenny, thank you. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Lenny. Deezer has literally 1 million more songs than Spotify, but it has a ridiculous amount less subscribers than Spotify. Spotify's playlists are awesome. I love Spotify. If Spotify tripled its price but let me use it in virtual DJ, I would pay the triple the price just to have it in both, just because that's the way I kind of deal with things, and I prefer that. PB&J Lights talks about the offline cache. Like I said, there's cache. I'm just reading words now aimlessly. But there is, like I said, you can offline as much as you want, and I do. One of the things that I like to do, because like I said, back again, I like to curate my own library, that if I can't have a song that I want, and I have to end up going to the IDJ pool, and I find like a quick version there, because like that's the clubs and bars I DJ, it's a lot of the quick versions I play. So I need to find that. And so let's say I have a song that I don't want to play a long version of it, nor do I feel like mixing out. I want something that's a little dummy down maybe or something. I go on the IDJ pool, play the short, quick, clean edit, and then I will go back the next day and look at my playlist, because most of the software will let you look at everything you played. And I'll look down at the ones that I had streamed and go, yep, I want to get this. And then I'll go hunt for it and download it. So it's kind of my way of finding stuff. And like, it's easy. I can just go look at the list that I played last night and go, I played 2 offline songs. One of them I definitely want to have. The other one I don't give a flying crap about. It all kind of depends on what you're doing there. I've had bars that I've done where somebody asked somebody to marry them that night, and they said yes, and the guy comes up and asks, do you have this song, which is their song, and I was able to find it online and play it and make the night. There's another one here, and you can laugh at me all you want on this. I don't have a lot of Nickelback. I don't listen to a lot of Nickelback, and somebody came up one night at a bar and asked for Nickelback, and I knew that the bar would love it, but I had no Nickelback. So I went right onto the streaming service, played Nickelback, and the place went bananas. So good things to do there. Again, like I said, keep in mind that if you're using your phone, you can do hotspot. I actually changed to, and you would not believe, like I have hotspotted a long time, searching, downloading, playing from the streaming services inside virtual, and the streaming songs do not use as much data as downloading the song. There's almost no data used. So you can stream from these, and you're not going to cap off your data. So keep in mind, like if you're using a streaming service like Spotify or something, that's the equivalent amount of data you would use if you used your hotspot and streamed through virtual. That's what you're going to use. So it's kind of good. Like I said, again, I always say, curate your own library. But like I said, this is something that's, like I said, you look in virtual and there's 7 things now that you can choose to stream from. All the other ones have, 2 or 3 or 4. But this is going to be the norm. And like I said, a lot of this, I know I did a video on virtual DJs things probably 3 or 4 months ago. I'm thinking it was December or January. And there's a lot has changed in just that little bit of time with these services. And it's going to continue to develop, especially with the BeatSource link, which once they get out of beta, it's going to be crazy. So Lenny says he does the hotspot all the time with VDJ. It's just, like I said, it's a good thing to go to have that there, to go and search, drag and drop, have whatever you need when you need it. And if your mind, like I said, as me as a DJ, I'm constantly thinking, going, oh, I wish I had this version. I wish I had that version. I wish I had a faster remix of it. And I can go in there and go, right now, at this place, this moment, the regular version wouldn't work, but a faster version would. Or I have the faster version, and I know I need the regular version, and I can go grab it, and I'm never without what I want, and I don't have to download 20 umpteen music services. I can go as I want, and then I can go in and look at it and go, oh, okay, this was what I played last night that was streamed. I want to go ahead and try to find this and download it. So, Dave Wolf said he had a 50th anniversary party. A couple requested Garth Brooks for a special dance last minute at the event. Apparently, he doesn't allow his music on streaming services. I think it's not allowed on music streaming services because it's country. Those of you know I don't like country music. That's why. But we'll take a look now. We'll look at both of them really quick and see if we can find any of Garth's stuff on any of them. We will do the zoomed in, and we're going to start with the BeatSource and see if there's any Garth Brooks on the BeatSource. See what we're doing there. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that, so whoops, go back here. And as you can see on this one, they're all karaoke versions, no regular versions of Garth Brooks there. Oops, one. So BeatSource link has one Garth Brooks song because it's labeled as pop. All right, so we're going to go up to SoundCloud, which again, this one's going to be a varied one that wouldn't have much. Some Garth Brooks there, so we have a little bit on that. The Deezer, and we'll see if Deezer. Which one did you say didn't have it? Said apparently he doesn't allow it on streaming, so we'll see how much is there. So there's nothing on. Unless these, no, those are tribute versions, so there's nothing on Deezer for that. We're going to go up to iDJ Pool, see if they have that. So there are stuff, here's iDJ Pool. You have a lot of these that are single, clean, redrum. There's a redrum right there for crying out loud. Remixes, cleans, extended. That would mean that it's a clean version with an intro and an outro. So again, Deezer didn't have it, but iDJ Pool did. Other nights, iDJ Pool won't have it, and Deezer does. Did I look that up on Spotify too or not? We'll do Spotify, not Spotify, but Serato and Tidal, and see what Tidal has. So Tidal, they got the other one there, but not Garth. So they have not much. So of all of those, again, that I think that's freaking hilarious, the fact that we went through those and he doesn't allow us stuff on there, and the iDJ Pool is the one that had the most. I think that's freaking hilarious, and that's again why I like it, and again why I always praise Virtual DJ, because everything that I do that I want to do in the DJ world, Virtual DJ lets me no matter what I want to do, and that gives me opportunity of stuff with that. And again, I don't know if the iDJ Pool, if their regular streaming service has the same songs. If they do, that's impressive, because they have, and this is the other thing with the iDJ Pool that I found really amazing, is that if a song, because like I look at the charts, so whenever a song hits the top 40 charts, I download it so that I can have it. But a lot of those aren't even record label released. They're just kind of out there. And I can honestly tell you that the big services that I go through do not have them right away. But the iDJ Pool people, almost 100% of the time, have at least a version, even if it's just the album version, that I'm able to play. So I'm never at a loss with that, and that's why I like them and why I use them so much. All right, so we're just about over. Any last questions here in the chat? I want to make sure I look at everybody and everything there. You guys were awesome for sticking around. I appreciate that. I hope I answered all the questions tonight. Like I said, there was a lot in this. Because I believe there was a lot of good stuff here to cover. It's a topic that I use. Like I said, I use this all the time. There are nights when you see my stream, which I have another stream coming up Friday. I always do it on Fridays, so check it out. There's nights even on that because I've kept my subscriptions on those two. Like I said, I dropped Spotify, but I kept those two because again, as a business, This is a write-off. So both of those are write-offs for me. And I'm able to use those in the live stream, and that's the cool thing there. Lenny says they wish they had more karaoke part of Virtual DJ. Yeah, for some reason they just don't have a lot of songs. Like I said, you can go to the Virtual DJ site and you can download the entire list of songs that the karaoke has that you can view from there. And I thought it was really small when I saw it, because karaoke is all over the place. It's not like spinning at a bar where you kind of know this age group is going to be kind of here, or wedding, you kind of know the wedding songs, so you're kind of here. Clubs, you kind of know the club songs, you're kind of here. Karaoke is everywhere. And for having everywhere, they didn't have everywhere amounts of music, in my opinion. So awesome. So thank you guys again for hanging out and pushing through the fact that we couldn't get it to link up, and we got it to link up, and it's out there and everybody got to see it, and it is on demand, so you guys can check all that out. Keep in mind that the DJ and TV chill out room is still going on. It's up right now if you guys want to go in, hang out. It's a place to go and hang out with other DJs. It's not a place of DJing. It's just a place to go and check it out and just talk. And they talk about everything in the world there, and it's a really kind of cool place to kind of chill out. That's why it's called the chill out room. Duh. Check me out on all my social media at djmichaeljoseph.com or immj.com and the different social medias out there. I do a lot of at least a couple online streaming sets, and like I said, I'll be doing one this Friday starting at 7 p.m. Join me for that. And check out a lot of the other stuff I have, because if you go to my webpage, there's a section here under audio that you can look at. I have, I think, 85 different mixes there that you can listen to, that if some have been recorded live at different bars, other ones are studio mixes, stuff like that. But check out a lot of stuff that's going on, and feel free to hit me up with any questions you have about this. Yeah, there it is. Thank you, Robin, for putting that in the chat. djntv.com/chill. And that gets you access to the chill room. And I may even jump in here after this and kind of hang out so you guys can go over there. And if you want to annoy me with questions, you can. But that's about it. Again, thank you guys for hanging out. It's so much awesome to be able to connect like this. And I was talking to someone recently about, when I was younger, I always said I wanted to have my own show. This was long before the internet. And with the internet, it gives me a chance to have a show. And you guys are my audience. Many of you are my friends and followers. I don't know how you want to label yourself, but either way, thank you for coming along on my ride. I do have a lot of cool stuff coming up in the future. I've been taking this time off without work in the lockdown and really putting it to use. If you follow me on any of the social media story modes, because I post a lot more on story modes, I've been posting some of the stuff I'm working on, and some of it I'm blurring out because I don't want anybody to know about it yet. But there's a lot of really good stuff coming up, and I hope you guys go along the journey with me. And also, I pray for all of your safety and health with everything that's going on in the world. That we all need to look out for each other, no matter who we are, no matter where we're at, no matter where we're from, no matter what we're doing. Especially in the DJ world, we tend to be a lot of like backstabbers and stuff. I don't play that, and I hope you don't either. So we're out there for each other, and I hope the best and pray the best for you. Until next time, take care of yourselves. More importantly, take care of each other. God bless and good night.